What's up, everybody? So today we are back. I'm back with another interview on my show. So my name is Nilesh and Nilesh Jain and welcome. I'm welcome you to the Entrepreneur Warrior Show. Here we interviewed entrepreneur affiliate marketer who are expert in their niche. And today in this series of interview show, we have an amazing guest with us uh, who is from working in a factory for only $300 a month to hitting multiple five figures a month and also crossing his six figure in his online business. So he is a mentor. He is a podcast. He has a podcast and he interviewed seven eight figure entrepreneurs. He teach organic marketing. So further delaying. So let's invite it on our show, Miodrag. Welcome,
Hey man,
Miodrag. How are you? How
thank
are
you.
you?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
It's a grateful to have you on my show.
Happy to be here, man. Share some
Uh,
nuggets with your audience. It's always fun.
uh, so, some thank you for that. How are you?
Doing very good, thanks.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, everything is clear from. Are you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes, all is good.
Yes. Awesome, awesome. So, we good to go?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Sure. Firstly, thank you so much for joining me on my show and my show. So, could you tell us a little bit about yourself on how you started this affiliate marketing journey and how you become a high ticket affiliate marketer? You know, so, what
Yeah,
is your
of course,
backstory?
brother.
Yeah.
So basically, I was just sharing this yesterday. I was also on an interview, and my story starts. Well, my online story starts in late 2017, even when I don't know, I was like you mentioned, I was working for $300 a month in a factory. It was like hard job, difficult labor here in Serbia, and basically I was looking just for some additional income. Like, I knew nothing about entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing, all of these things, and I was like, I just need some extra money. Like, it's really hard. And I started googling how to make money online, and I tried all sorts of like stupid things. But basically, for the, I don't know, first 3 or 4 months, until I ran across, I think it was, I don't remember whose YouTube initially it was, that kind of introduced me to this idea of like affiliate marketing, and that spiked my interest. So I started diving deeper into it. And then very soon, as I was researching affiliate marketing, I ran across this like big affiliate. You certainly know him, but I assume your audience also knows him, which is like Spencer Mecham. And
Awesome.
I was like, I started like, even he was far from as successful as he is now. I think he crossed like five figures with ClickFunnels affiliate program at the time, and it all seemed like super interesting to me. So I started diving deeper and deeper. But basically, as you can imagine, every time I would try to learn something more, there at the end there would be like, well, now I have to buy this thing or that thing. And like working for $300 a month, it was like really hard to do it. So at a time, I remember mastering courage and taking my first loan in life from bank. It was like almost $3,000, which again in Serbia is a lot of money. So took my first loan and slowly started investing into like multiple programs and learning. But I would say for the first year and a half, I honestly wasn't taking that much action yet. Like, I was investing, I was learning, I had some nice knowledge, but it would end there. So in 2019, basically around a year and a half later, I started my podcast and finally started publishing, basically. Mind you, in the meantime, not to dive deep into details, but there were like a lot of struggles and hustle and reinvesting and taking money again from the bank and so on and so forth. So in 2019, I was like, okay, I need to publish. So I chose a podcast and I started publishing, started inviting these like super successful people. And what happened was that I didn't see money. Like, go figure. After a month, I was like, well, maybe I should add something else. So I added YouTube to my list, and I was like, okay, now I'm publishing on YouTube and on podcast and on Facebook. And then I was adding like Instagram, and then I even considered adding TikTok, and then I launched my Facebook group. And all of a sudden, like, I was working these 15-hour days because I still had my day job. I was publishing on multiple platforms, interviewing people, editing things. Like, I was basically one man army, and I wasn't making any money, which was like pretty ridiculous. One thing led to another, and you asked me how did you start with like high tickets. So basically, it kind of like all came together, I think, in December and January, like 2019, 2020. So over a year and a half ago. I burned out after working like for 5 months, I think, 15-hour days, no money. I think maybe I made one sale at a time, and it was by accident. And I got sick, and that got me to slow down. And I was like, hell, like something's not working. It got me to stop and reflect, and I was like, something's not okay. But what also happened at the time was that I was interviewing all of these like successful affiliates, and I started talking to these like high ticket Facebook organic affiliates, and it wasn't kind of like what I used to, because I was sold on this like automation funnels dream, like in that way of making money, and just like actively going on Facebook and making money didn't make sense, because I was like, but I want passive income, right? And they were like, yeah, but we put in X amount of work and we make $1,000 in a day. I was like, I was still suspicious, but soon thereafter, like there was this one guy who was a beginner in affiliate marketing, and he was asking me for advice as I was sharing it with them. And he joins this like high ticket opportunity, and like 2 weeks later he makes $250, and then like a week later he makes $1,000 in a day. And I'm like, what? Like, he literally asked me for advice 3 weeks ago. Now he's making $1,000 in a day. Like, there is something here. Yeah, and basically I started researching all these like high ticket products, what they have to offer, chose one, and that's when I made my pivot from like basically being into funnel space and automation space into like Facebook organic and into high ticket and mentorship and all of this good stuff, which was a good thing because like I think less than 3 months since I started doing high ticket affiliate marketing, I left my job, which was like last year in
Awesome,
May, like
awesome.
May 2020. And from there on, I was like doing affiliate marketing mostly, crossed multiple 5 figures. Then I launched my own product, and then multiple products and coaching and so on and so forth. But basically, in short, that's the story uh, from
Awesome.
how I got into it.
That's so awesome thing that you are sharing. Means we all facing struggle, shiny object syndrome. You can say it is a shiny object syndrome that you do at starting point, right? And you also share that one student of he just 3 weeks in within a 3 weeks from your advice, he make his first $1,000. So what is the one trick that you share with him, and also what is trick you want to share who want to start as an affiliate marketer?
Well, first I would say there are no tricks, right? Because I think it's much
True.
more about skills than tricks. Because trick is like
Right.
almost like tricking someone or like a hidden way. Like a lot of people think
True.
there is like this super big secret, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's pretty simple, not easy, but simple. It's like building the right skills to support you in what you want to do, and having, I guess, the right mindset to get there. I know having the right mindset is often like a cliche people throw, and many people don't honestly understand. But if you have the right mindset, which is like long-term thinking, which is like not looking for initial just quick wins, quick sell or whatever, but more like shifting the question, I think that's a powerful way to do it. Like, instead of, let's say you want to make 5K a month, so instead of making, okay, what do I need to do to make 5K a month, ask like, okay, who do I need to become to make 5K a month? Because believe me, like Miodrag from 2017, when I was starting, I was totally different person, like both mindset wise, skill set wise, the way I look at the world, the things I know, the people I know. I was like 180 degrees different person. So I had to become like literally a new persona. I have to embody this new person, and it didn't come overnight. Obviously, like it came from a lot of like studying and learning and trial and error and being surrounded with like people that have what I used to want. So I would say there are no tricks. It's like it's a long journey, it's a hard journey, but that's why very few people succeed. But that's also why those that succeed usually reap the huge benefits. Like think about it this way: like 90% of affiliates or so never make even a single dollar. Then you have 10% that maybe made a sale, maybe a couple of sale, and then maybe just top 1 to 2% actually crosses like figures. And then you have even smaller numbers. Like the harder it is, usually it's the smaller amount of people. I think affiliates that cross 6 figures are, I don't know, in the top 1%, if not less than that. It goes to show you that it's not an easy journey, and those that are looking for like, okay, easy fix, easy solution, easy fast money, it just doesn't work. So you need to develop like actual skills that will help supplement what you want to do and or achieve.
Yeah, that is the right point. Everything we do, we have to know about the skills, because the skill set is what drive to the next level of on our journey, right? So this is the right thing that also share by. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So skill will make you more good in your journey, right? So this is awesome thing that you are share with my audiences. So yeah, we are Miodrag is us with us live. So please put hashtag live, hashtag replay, so other people also get notified. Yeah, and so which traffic source you are using for getting traffic, and what types of organic strategy you are using for to hit your multiple 5 figures and 6 figure into your business?
So funnily, I mostly only used Facebook, at least successfully. I used to use other things, but never with success. So Facebook was the one that clicked for me. Reasons for that, I don't know. Like I've been on Facebook since 29, so I kind of knew the algorithm already. I was familiar and comfortable with the platform. I think that's an important thing, because if you're not, you need to learn it better. I guess my learning curve was a bit shorter because I was already into it. But then also, especially like with high ticket, I think Facebook is more personalized than other platforms. It's more like if I bring you on Messenger, it's pretty like you can connect with your audience easier, I feel like. Also, there are Facebook groups, which are, I think, the most unique concept on social media, where you can be the creator, but also other people can both comment and create themselves, which you don't have other. Like if you think of any other platform like YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, like you're the only one who can post and your audience can just comment on it. But on Facebook, in Facebook groups, you can actually be also the creator in other people's groups, and you can create like these pretty powerful communities. So I would say that's another reason. Also, like targeting becomes much easier because there are literally congregations of people that could be your like target audience in the group, which you can basically have oftentimes a free access to. So that's pretty powerful. And as far as the strategies, I'm known as a content guy, and my strategy usually revolves around like really strong marketing, which makes then sales process much easier. So what I love to do is like write content in a specific way, like really targeted, really clear audience, clear marketing message. And then by the time that person speaks to me on Messenger, they're usually pre-sold already and they just want to know one or two more things and they're ready to buy. I guess other strategies would involve you being more proactive on Messenger, which maybe works for some people, but I honestly hate grinding on Messenger and chatting with like 50 people every single day. I'm much more like content guy. Just put it out there. If they're interested, great. If they're not, that's fine too.
Yeah. Yes, both strategies work, and yeah, this is the one thing. Facebook is one of the best platform right now, because we find a congregation of people here, and in the group there is we find out the specific target audience. But one thing, so you are mostly into high ticket, right? So where do we find people who are ready to pay for high ticket product? Because mid ticket and high ticket people pay, the people who pay high ticket, they have a different kind of mindset. So where do we find this type of people?
So first, I'm not only in high ticket, especially in the last, I don't know, 10 months, I kind of more moved to the mid ticket space. Because like with high ticket, oftentimes, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you don't have a lot of skills, especially if it's a more pricier product, oftentimes you need to like jump on a phone to close people, and that's a drag for me. So what I found that works best for me are kind of like mid-ticket products where I can basically sell just out of content or on Messenger without like having to jump on calls. Now, as far as high-ticket buyers, okay, so first there is no like like high-ticket buyer and low-ticket buyer. Like if someone, well, okay, let me preface that by saying you should obviously look with people that have the means to pay, but even like there are always exceptions. Like I was working for $300 a month, I still found a way to pay high ticket. So you can find it elsewhere, but oftentimes like the first thing is you want to target people that actually can pay for your products and services. Second thing is like they need to, like you need to kind of like show them the value that that your product or service or whatever you're selling, that it has. So sometimes maybe someone have never invested high ticket before, but if you have the persuasion skills to like get them to invest, they can. And then lastly, I guess your low hanging fruit would be people that already invested into high ticket. Because think about it, if I'm a high ticket buyer and if I purchased high ticket before, chances are that I'll purchase it again. So I guess that's your low-hanging fruit. You can start there, like with already people that invested high ticket to learn something, so you can target them. I guess that's a good idea. And also sometimes it's more about attracting also. So there is a certain mindset and certain problems that people that have more expensive problems, so to speak, and then if you know how to like basically call that out, agitate, and attract, you can get the right people. Even if they haven't purchased high ticket before, you can still get them to pay it, right?
Awesome, awesome. That's mic drop. You are sharing so much amazing information, right? So people, if you are watching it live, please put hashtag live watching it replay. So please, we have RJ Ahmed with us. This guy, white shirt, cool. Oh, make color glasses. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. I don't have swag glasses next to me, man. What up, RJ?
Okay. So yeah, you also have a podcast show, and you interview. Your first guest is Spencer Mickham, right? So could you share about the importance of having your own show? Your first guy, how you get the first big people on your show, also.
Yeah, so I'm not actively doing podcasts since December of last year. I kind of stopped it, but as far as the importance, I think it's important to have your own like audience and platform. Now it can be a show like podcast or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but you should build your own following. Now, if you do decide to go for a show, how do you get big people? I think it's kind of like a Dream 100 concept, and it's like digging the well before you're thirsty. So you don't just wanna. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can just approach someone and just tell them, and they might be up for it. But oftentimes, it's better if you provided some sort of value without wanting anything in return to those people, and then when the time is due, you ask them like. I honestly didn't even know that I'm gonna have a podcast show, right? But I was like really active in the groups of like some of the people that I admired and followed, like you mentioned, Spencer Mickham, and I was in their groups. I was active. They saw me. They kind of knew me in a way. They saw me in comments. They saw me posting and so on and so forth. So when the time was like, okay, I actually want to start the podcast, then it was like about mastering the courage to ask them and being ready to for them to say no. I got no's, but I also get a lot of big yeses early on because I kind of like developed that and built that relationship earlier. So I would say dig the well before you're thirsty, and then the asking is easier, and then it becomes easier and easier because you can leverage the big people that you had on a show. So next time, like say I had Spencer and now I'm inviting 𝗲𝗲𝗵𝗵 and I'm like, hey dude, wanna be on my show? Like I had Spencer in the previous episode, and then it's like, oh, okay. And then in the next time when I have another big name, I can leverage more and more. And then the point in time comes where people ask you to be on your show, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Right, right. Means it also help us to build our authority as well, because we want to grow in market. And so the show, having a show is a so awesome thing to grow. So you share
It-
so much information, tons of information shared by you. So I'm so grateful. So yeah, you also have a three-step system for your online people for your business. You also build a three-step systems that help you from inconsistent income to complete five-figure month. So could you share about it?
Yeah, so this is that system, or the three steps that I teach. It's for people that are already in Facebook, because that was made for people that are already doing Facebook organic traffic, but are and were for some reason like stuck without like quality leads and without sales. So I created basically, it's like a mini training, but it's pretty robust. It's like 3 hour training that teaches people, okay, what are the three things that I use in my content to turn it into like 5-figure months. So I have like a really, yeah, like you shared the link. It's a really like deep dive into, okay, what are the three things that you need to achieve with your content in order to hit 5-figure months. And I can mention some, like what I love to talk about is that your content should first, like what people call like value content, I call marketing. It's much more than just value. It's like relative value for relative people in a relative way. It's not just like, oh, just provide value, right? It needs to be like really specific and intentional. And it needs to, I also love to call it like belief shifting and problem education content. And that's like, say, I don't know, you were, say I'm selling my new program now, and you were into, let's say you're into funnels, right? And if I tell you that I used to be in funnels, which is true, and it wasn't working for me because of X, Y, and Z, and let's say you resonate with that story, you're like, oh fuck, I actually am experiencing these problems. And then I'm like, and then I started Facebook organic, and I started high ticket, and this is why I started it. And then I make it make sense, right? Like, why did I start this? What's better here than it is here? And you basically change the beliefs with your marketing type of content of the audience. It's like them believing, that's what I did. Like I was the one who I was one of the first people who initiated like you should do high ticket affiliate marketing, because a lot of people that I was surrounded back then with were doing OFA, were doing ClickFunnels and all of these things, and so was I, but I was stuck. And then I was like, I had this realization, and I started selling like this high ticket product, and basically I created my own blue ocean offer, right? And then I attracted these people. So you kind of need to know, that's the first step, who are you targeting, who are those people, why they're stuck, and how to write content to change their beliefs from like, okay, I'm doing this thing here and it's not working, to like, hey, you should check this out, it's much better. And by the time I chat with them, they're already sold on my opportunity. They just need to know a bit more. That's like first type. Second step is, and you mentioned a bit of it, it's like authority and status. It's, imagine this, like you probably have, I don't know, 1,000 to 3,000 people on your friends list, and when you scroll past it, you see so many people, so many information, and our brain needs to be like really selective of what you pay attention to. And if I have authority in the space, and let's say you scroll and you know, like you look up to what I do, and you saw my post, chances are because you look at me as an authority, that you will stop and read it over someone else's that you are like, it's a random person, right? So when we build authority with our content, it allows us, like, first that like people will pay attention, but secondly also, like, let's say, again, let's take for an example, like I've crossed, I don't know, 130K in sales, and let's take another person that maybe made one sale, and let's say we make like literally the same post, like literally word to word. And if one person, if you were to read mine, because I have the authority in the space, right, you are gonna probably trust me more and maybe take me up on the action, take up the action on what I say, as opposed to like literally the same post, but because that person is like, I don't know, maybe they don't have as much authority, or they don't have authority at all, you're not gonna take action on what they're doing. So like our content also needs to build that authority so that people pay attention, and so on and so forth. Also status, it's kind of like closely related but a bit different. Status is, that's something I learned from Pitch Anything. It's the mix of fame, money, and power. Like that's how other people view you. And the more status you have, again, it's similar to authority. The more people like listen to what you say. Like if you see Cristiano Ronaldo that did something or bought something, all of the sudden, all of the people that look up to him because he is rich, famous, he has like status and authority, people will do what he says. So what I try to do, like that's one of the steps, is to incorporate authority and status in my content. And then the last piece, it's something that you can hear around, but I don't think a lot of people know how to do it, which is like the know, like, and trust. Like your content also needs to build like a know, like, and trust. Because again, let's take two different people, same content, and okay, I'm too narcissistic now today, obviously, but let's take me for example again. Let's say you know,
Yes,
like, and
yes, yes.
trust me. You've been following me for a while, right? If you were to read
Yeah.
my post, because you know, like, and trust me, again, first, it's more likely that you will read it, that you will believe it, and that you will take action, as opposed to if you don't know someone. So what I try to do is like to immerse know, like, and trust inside my content, so that my audience knows, like, and trust me. And when you have these three things working together in your content, what that will do, if you do it in the right way, it will pre-sold your leads. And that's basically how I'm doing 5-figure months without jumping on a phone calls, with rarely talking even on Messenger lately, because I learned how to do these things.
Really golden nugget share by you. Really, really. Means there is so much information that you share with us. So yeah,
Yeah.
also thank you. Thanks a lot. You can join this particular system at three-step system at this. Here is the link of this system.
Yeah, that's
So
where
guys,
I
here is,
explain these things in depth, basically what I was just
yeah.
covering.
Yes, yes, yes. So people, here's the link, and yeah, if you are watching it live, please put hashtag live, hashtag replay, and yeah, thank you. So before, uh, so could you share your final thoughts before we wrap up the show? End of so for
Yeah,
affiliate marketer, yeah,
so what I would say is, like I mentioned at the beginning, don't look at the shortcut. Like, business is like a long-term thing, so don't look for shortcuts. Sometimes it's even better to look for like harder things, not stupid, but harder, because a lot of people avoid hard things, and that's why very few people again succeed. So I was showing up a lot before, and God, I put in so much work before I actually saw any results. So if I gave up, or if I was looking for a shortcut, I never would have got out of that rut. So I would say, have long-term vision, work on your skills. Couple of skills that I would personally recommend that worked really well for me were like marketing, sales, storytelling, brand and audience building. Um, And I guess being a leader, it's a really really important thing. But I guess as you grow, it becomes more and more important. But these are like a couple of skills that I would like really really pay attention to. And don't give up. I know it's a cliche, but a lot of people like, oh God, like that 1 year memory from Facebook like feature. And when I look at my old posts and when I look at the comments, I see that like 70% of the people are MIA, like they are gone. They are not doing it anymore. It's really easy to give up. And I know it's hard at sometimes and everything seems like desperate. And I had these moments. Hell, I have them even to this day. Like 2.5 months ago, PayPal shut me out, like my entire business, kept $10,000, and basically I couldn't sell anything because everything was processed with PayPal. So shit will happen on all levels, but you must not give up if you want to get to the other side.
Really, really amazing thing that you share, that never ever give up, right? Because people, it is so easy to give up. People think that I'm not getting result, and human mind is like accept a negative thing very fast. But you share that never give up. Things are going to work if you are consistent. Really, really amazing session with you. You share so much golden nuggets. I am sure that is a golden nugget. So about mindset, about affiliate marketing, you share tons of information. So grateful for your presence over here on my show. So Miodrag, thank you so much once again for spend
Thank you
your
for
time with
having me,
us.
man.
Thank you, thank you. I'm joining with you in a few seconds. So till then, have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, brother.
Most welcome. So this is the so much information shared by Mureg, and so grateful to everyone you are here for my show to attend at the end till the end. So much, thank you so much everyone for joining us show. And yeah, this interview show is only for 2 hours on my profile, and then I will drive it into my group, so you can join the group. The link is in the comment section, and yeah, here you do have find a link. So till then, bye bye, have a great day. Thank you so much for joining